Hi there. So, this is live stream number 5. Yes, it's the 5th live stream on this channel. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. There's nobody watching at the moment now, which is a shame. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who watches my channel. Thank you for, we've got to 170,000 views. Well, we've gone over that now, but that was the reason. I was waiting until I got to that landmark, to that point, that milestone, if you like, where we would do the live. I've also gone to 170 subscribers now, so thank you to the last couple of subscribers who seem to have remained anonymous, because not everybody's public. A lot of people keep their subscriptions private, so thank you for that. And there's lots of people that watch my channel. I'd just like to give a few people a mention. I want to give a mention to Spud, actually, because he's not actually a public subscriber. I think his handle is Spud the Man. He said he was going to watch tonight with some of his friends. So thank you, Spud, for your comments on this channel and on my second channel, which is Tasha's Health Challenge. Thank you to Every Day is a Bonus and Something You Need 25 and Henry Smith Comedy. Those 3 people all comment a lot on my channel, and so does Spud. Thank you to Corey's Comedy channel as well, because he comments quite a lot on my channel. Thank you to Tidbit Blitz. She comments as well. And I just want to give a shout out, because I mentioned there was a poet that follows my channel, that subscribed. Now, he goes by the name of Dre's Era on online. He's a poet. Well, he's a subscriber to my channel, and I subscribe to his as well. So I just want to give a shout out to him. I want to say thank you to Trunce, the SZ Sisters, Nicole Thurston, Cryptus27, Marvy, Grandpa's Garage, Roger Plays Games, Ace, John Boy, Anton Stalder, Staldur, so that's how we spell your surname, Jari Vatanen, Gvadan, that's somebody else who's subscribed. Great British History, Mickey Bavington, thank you to him as well, because he's another subscriber. Esmeralda Carolina Martinez, M and J Metal, Ferganized Travel Life. Well, he does have he's actually got comments on his channel. Hello, whoever's watching. I don't know who's watching, but thanks to Ferganized Travel Life, because he has commented before on my channel. There's Sinan and Sias. There's Ron2256. He comments and watches regularly on my channel. Monkey with Tattoos is another one of my subscribers who's been subscribed for a while. Brainbender's Banter is one of the newer subscribers. And Outlook with 3 O's between the L and the K. She follows my channel and also my Health Challenge channel, which is my second channel. Now, I've got a new piece of creative writing that I'm going to read, which it's about chocolate, actually. And I thought I'd read it in an American accent. So, nobody's watching at the moment. That's a shame, isn't it? Well, maybe you can watch this later if you're not watching it now. So, it's called Chocolate Oaty Surprise. The chocolate Oaty surprise was there before my eyes, when suddenly it disappeared, and as I had feared, was thrown into the bin. I really couldn't grin, or feel any gladness at all. It was suddenly gone, and so I decided to write this rhyme. I was rather sad, so I wrote this little ditty to show that I hadn't forgotten about the deliciousness that I had dreamt. Had dreamt it before. In some far-off shore, did I suddenly hear you snore or speak my name? It really wasn't a game. It's a shame that nobody's watching, because that's a new poem, and I did send it to somebody that's quite close to me, one of my relatives, and she liked it, and another friend of mine that follows this channel liked it. It's quite a silly poem as well on the back here that I wrote, and I don't know why, but I think I shall do it with a posh accent. And it's about a pair of trousers, or it could be about more than one pair of trousers. How about that? Those infernal trousers are walking back home. Those infernal trousers are saying that's no joke. I really think you need to see this if it isn't a surprise. Those garments made their mark. It wasn't far apart. Now take a close look and see. It was all in the mind. I'm not being unkind. You can take what interpretation you wish from that, but that was just a silly piece of creative writing that I wrote. I hope you like my scarf. I've got a pink scarf on today. And I've got my purple top with the flowers on, which is rather nice. So I've read those two. Now, what kind of delectable and delicious food do you like? Or maybe you can say delectable and delicious, because I wrote a poem which said delectable and delicious. Maybe some cake or something else. Or maybe some nice pie. Or I think the pirates, their voices are more like that. Oh, yes, more rough and ready like that. They might like something like that. They might like a piece of pie, mightn't they? Would they eat some potato chips? Now, of course, potato chips are actually what we call crisps in this country. I don't think they'd get much crunchy salad, though, on board. They wouldn't have anything like that. They might have a few ship's biscuits, maybe. Maybe. They'd have to watch out for those bugs, though, wouldn't they? Oh. Does anyone remember the poem that I wrote called The Slimy Casserole? Don't want to put anyone off their dinner, though. Now, I found a poem that I wrote where it's more of a silly song. Now, would you like me to sing it in a silly voice? Or maybe in a voice like this?
Or maybe in a voice like this, very high. So, let's see if I can find it. Because it's only a little piece of soap, so it's got a little voice like this. So it goes like this. I'm going to sing it in this voice. I hope you like it. It almost sounds a little bit like a cartoon character that's been on helium. Except I've not been inhaling any helium. I'm just doing this voice just to show you what I can do.
Yes, my voice has changed again. Right, so this little piece of soap poem was written in 2024. So it was a while ago.
I'm a little soap and I'm not just any. I'm grapefruit scented so I can smell that envy. I live in the bathroom waiting for the shower to go on. So this is my turn and I hope to see you soon. You'll smell so fragrant once you wash with me. Oh, what a sight you'll be. You'll be filled with clean tea.
It's a shame nobody's watching. You're missing out on some silliness. There's a lot of silliness on this channel. We do lots of creative writing, poetry, impressions, and yes, there's nature videos and nice views as well, and there's food bargain videos. It's a real mix, you know. So, is the weather hot where you are? It's been a bit hot here in Scotland, but not that hot. Although I must say that I don't want any outside noise, so I've got the windows closed, so I've had to put the fan on, which is a bit of a surprise that it's actually that warm. So what do you think they're doing in America? So maybe Homie and Marge might be just getting that grill ready. Maybe. Well, it's not Independence Day yet. That's not for more than a month. But they might be getting that grill ready soon. Well, in this country, we call it a barbecue, dear. So, Homie? Oh, Marge. Homie, I hope you've got those steaks ready. Yeah, of course. Of course we have. But didn't you say you got some vegetable skewers as well? Yeah, of course we have. Of course we have. So, Hobie, you need to put that parasol up as well so that we've got some shade because it's getting real hot out there today. Oh, yeah. Sure. And of course, when it's hot, you need a nice drink to cool down. It's a shame that there's only been one or two people popping in very briefly and then going away again. Please stay and watch this because you'll miss a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. You'll miss a lot of laughs, you will. Oh, yes. So, a nice drink to cool down when it's rather hot and humid. So, do you remember the Major from Keeping Up Appearances? So he'd say, "Oh, hello. Would you like to have a drinky or two?" So, let's see. We've got somebody else. Somebody. I wonder if you can guess who this voice is. Yeah. I'm from Essex. Look at me. See, I'm so amazing. I've earned my diva-ship. Hun, we ain't perfect, you know, like the Truman Show. Every day, it's not like that. No, and I'm the GC. Can you tell? I'm the GC. So, recently, there was a certain person's birthday. Victoria Wood had a birthday. Now, she was a well-known comedian who did a lot of TV shows in the UK. So I think in honour of her, the fact it was her birthday recently, yes, she's passed away some years ago now, but in honour of Victoria Wood, I'm going to do an impression that she used to do. So I need to put on a different hat for that, don't I? So I'm going to put this one on. I'm going to put this one on like this. Oh, and I'm going to talk like this. Hello there. Hello. I'm looking for my friend Kimberly. Have you seen her? I've seen her somewhere, but she's gone in that shop. Oh, she's gone off. She's been ever such a long time, you know. I don't know where she's gone now. I'm looking for her. Have you seen her? She must be somewhere. I'm just going to adjust my scarf slightly because I think it's undone itself a little bit at the back. Got to keep our appearances up, haven't we? Hello, whoever's watching. I'm going to read an interesting poem now, so please keep watching. Now, this poem that I'm going to read is called Goosgogs. I've put Goosegogs as the title, but it's Goosgogs. And this is especially for every day as a bonus because he likes his gooseberries. Yes, Goosgogs are gooseberries. Now, where did all this start? I think it was a part of what my dad once said. Nothing to do with bread, but gooseberries are an acquired taste, quite sour, so Mum always added sugar. Yes, cooked in a pudding was a popular choice. Not my favourite. I'd rather eat apples or blackberries, or even cherries now. Those are a very tasty treat. That would be neat to eat, or perhaps you disagree. I'm not making a plea about Goosgogs, but maybe Richard, that's every day as a bonus, has a plan to cultivate a less sour berry. I think that's necessary. So there you are, Richard. I wrote that in August 2025 and I forgot to use it on my channel. So there you are. So I'll probably end up putting this into a short and then I shall make sure that you get tagged in it so that you can enjoy that one because I think you'll like that one, won't you? I think you'll like that one very much. Now I've got some more poems that I've written. Some of them have already been on my channel before. So we've got one about a ladybird. I haven't seen that many ladybirds in Scotland because we haven't had the weather quite as warm as further south. Now, this ladybird that I saw was actually a ladybird pupae or pupa on the washing line. And this was where I used to live. Now, I'm going to read it. I've watched you transform from black and red to yellow, waxen, and back again, resting under the safe structure of metal. The wonder of your metamorphosis. You're sucking in all the yellow, shrinking in the process, infinitely more beautiful each day. So petite against the gargantuan arm of the washing line. Will you still be there tomorrow, or will you have flown away? I don't know who's watching, whether it's somebody. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Richard. Yeah, you've just missed, Richard. I've just done the poem that I wrote from last year, and I forgot to put it on my channel, all about gooseberries. So when you watch this live stream back, you can see it, or else I'll put it into a short at some point. So I've just read that out, especially for you. Thanks for watching. Now I've got another poem I'm going to read about naughty magpies. So I've got naughty magpies. Naughty magpies walking on the line tried to get the washing but didn't in time. Along came the neighbour who shooed them away, muttering they better not have done something on those clothes today. They sat on the fence eyeing her suspiciously as she flailed her arms about, and there was no doubt that she was angry. What a sight to see! Those 4 big birds flew off into the tree off to find some other prey to capture for their tea. Yeah, I bet you've had loads of ladybirds. I did see one on the beach recently, but I've not seen any in the garden here. A Tale of the Plastic Lids. I'm not sure whether I should read that one, actually. A Plastic Lids is a silly poem. I can read that one, actually. The Plastic lids I cannot find must have gone to the twilight zone. I've searched high and low, but to no avail. I will tell you a tale of the plastic lids. One is green and one is blue. Well, what do you think about that? I cannot fathom where they've gone, so I have decided to write this song. I can't be wrong about their disappearance when my adherence has fallen foul. Somehow they seem to have completely got lost. Actually, I did have a bit more. Hi, Sin. Thanks for watching. You've missed a few poems and a few impressions, but there's going to be some more, so we are not done yet. What have we got? I've got a little bit of a set list to try and help me stay focused. Thanks. Now, did you ever hear about Lisa Holloway, who helped those people running bed and breakfast places? I've written quite a bit about her sayings or quotes. Now, I obviously gave my own interpretation, but others have found it quite amusing before, so... Now, her favourite saying was, milk, no sugar. And you probably won't know what that means, will you, Sin? But when anybody asked her if she wanted a coffee, she would say, I'll have milk, no sugar, which means she'll have milk with no sugar in her coffee. So inspired by that, and by this To Be and Be the Best program, which I think was on Channel 5 a while ago, it was a few years ago. Thanks, Richard. No worries if you need to go. This is my live stream number 5, so I'm getting a bit more used to it. She said, I milk no sugar. I like that rug. That's a quirky room. I'll see you soon. There's a B&B boom, so check out that room. But watch the stairs. They catch you unawares. I don't like that style. I'd avoid that a while. I'd have to be desperate to go in that bath. A cleaned up hearth and a decluttered room will please your guests. It's sure to impress with more finesse, said the Queen of B&Bs. So that was the first thing that I wrote about Lisa Holloway, but there was more that I wrote, if you want to. There's more. There's more, my dear. There's more. Oh, everybody's gone away. Where have you gone? Well, I know Richard's gone because he's got to get stuff sorted out, and Sin might be busy. So thank you, Sin and Richard, for watching. I gave you a mention at the start of this live stream. We're in 23 minutes in already. So, now for the second Lisa Holloway, we have to go into posh voice mode again. I have to like the feel of the property and the flow of a house. I may grouse a bit when I find that layer of dust. But such fuss is worth it, dear, when I see that room as sparkling clean. Makes me think a bit of Kim Woodburn and Aggie Mackenzie with How Clean Is Your House? Do you remember that programme on the TV? It was on the TV in the UK. Running a B&B is a labour of love. Do it your way and enjoy it. Fortunately, we've had very few bad reviews. My customers expect more from a B&B. Think boutique bijou, darling. Yes, that's what they want. We filter our guest requests. Yes, someone wanted to wear their high heels in the shower. Yes, we even offer a laundry service to our regular guests. But the 3 a.m. latecomers are not ideal. One gets the feeling of exhaustion, and then, as the early starts, one feels like a cat on steroids. So why not come and stay, and you'll see why. We're top rated, yes, my dear. I still make those chia pots. You see, that's where I got the chia pots from. Well, I do actually sometimes make overnight oats with chia seeds in. I think I was inspired by Lisa Holloway, you see. So that's what inspired me to write. Hello to whoever's watching. Please leave me a comment in the chat. I'm sorry, I haven't typed hello to anybody in the chat, but please do leave me a comment and let me know who you are and where you're from if you'd like to. I don't think we'll read that one. We have more about Lisa Holloway, and we do have some more poems. So, this is another one that needs to be read with a posh voice. Do you like posh voices? Oh. My guests appreciate a cup of tea and a slice of delicious homemade cake on arrival at my B&B. I like to make my guests feel welcome. I feel offering a glass, you have to say glass, like that, glass of wine in an evening adds that little extra something to their stay. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. And then you will see lots more impressions, silly poetry or creative writing like this, and so much more, because there is nature videos, food bargaining videos, etc., etc. So I wrote about, hang on, let's carry on, I've not finished. I mix up my homemade muesli recipe each week using different nuts and seeds and some goji berries. Some guests demand a healthy start, and they like smoothies. Do you like smoothies? Do they look like pond water, or do they look nice? Nice and smooth with some berries on top. You've got to put a nice decoration on top. When I did cooking at school, I haven't finished about Lisa Holloway, I'll carry on, but it's just reminded me, when I did my cookery lessons at school a long time ago, we learned the decoration for desserts or puddings. You put some nice decoration on the top of your whatever you've made, and if you're making a savory dish, then it's called a garnish. Wow, did you know that? I bet you might not know that, but I do. So some people like soya or oat milk in their lattes. Jolly dear. One year near to Christmas, we had a surprise. As the chimney suddenly, oh dear, caught fire. My gosh, that was a shock, I tell you. I'm just pretending to be Lisa. And suddenly some burly firemen burst into the room to investigate it. And I'd really do adore an open fire, dear. It really makes the room feel so cozy and warming. After all, the hearth is the focal point of any room, do you agree? Somebody gave me some Norwegian smoking salts, which were very pervasive. Now, something that Lisa Holloway does is that she makes elderflower cordial as well. She even gives it to her guests to take away, or she did. She doesn't do B&B anymore, but I was inspired, so I wrote this a few years ago. So, wow, we have even more. Well, She used to make summer puddings. Now I'm talking about food. Whoever's watching obviously likes to talk up and listen to people talking about food. So she made summer puddings with nasturtiums. Yes, nasturtium flowers must be edible, and borage flowers must be edible too. And they look absolutely marvellous, but don't take my word for it. Check if you're going to use those in a recipe. And a bit of creme de cassis. Add sweet dark red liqueur flavour to give it a bit of zing. What? And so Lisa said, "It's enough to make my mouth water just thinking about it. It sounds luxurious when you add some lovely cream when you serve it." Now, running a B&B is a bit like putting on a show. And it's embarrassing when things go wrong, like when a light bulb went fut. Actually, I know somebody that used to say about light bulbs going fut. And you tend to say that if you're more sort of speaking in a posh voice. Otherwise, I think that you might use another term. I had an experience where I was too squiffy to cook. Oh dear, she was too squiffy to cook. So in a jiffy, we managed to order some fish and chips for our guests because I was feeling too squiffy to cook. That's what she said. So, in her neck of the woods, blackberries were in abundance. Well, that was in the nearer to late August, I think, or maybe September. So whatever she can't use, she can freeze for another time. The lingering smell of cooked kippers wasn't pleasant, dear. Sourdough toast is definitely the thing when making sourdough bread. No one wants a soggy middle. I want my guests' expectations to be exceeded. The customer always wants the best. Hello, whoever's watching. This makes... Hang on a minute. The customer always expects the best. Which is only right, darling. When making my plums recipe, make sure the plums are not rock hard. Don't boil them, dear. They need to stay intact. That always makes me laugh, that bit. When making my plums recipe, make sure the plums are not rock hard. Don't boil them, dear. Make sure they stay intact so they don't go too soggy. Actually, I cooked some plums the other day. Plums that had been in the fridge for a bit, but they were okay, and they really were rather nice. They were stewed in just some water and lemon juice, that's all. I didn't need to add any sugar, and they tasted lovely. They were really nice. Just had to take out the stones, because you don't eat plum stones. Yeah, that was all about Lisa Holloway. And now I have another poem. Now this one, I think this one was actually used on a podcast on Spotify, possibly, and it was under my name, Tasha. It was, so let's see. So I have every right to use it because this is all my own material, by the way, just in case you're wondering. This was written in 2023. Did somebody say crash? Watch out before you crash into the wall, the invisible wall of places beyond the curtain of fortune. How opportune we met, that wasn't a bet. A single glistening ball inside that shipwrecked hall. Now I'm feeling such small amidst the mess of it all. I didn't fall despite the calamity all around me. like flotsam and jetsam. No pattern at all, just plonked wherever. A crazy mess, I must confess. It looks. Review the books and beyond, you'll see it, and then you'll know for sure. That was the poem Crash. Make me thinking of crashing of waves, which I get to see quite often when I go down by the seafront, because there's lots of crashing waves there and there. Now the next poem is actually quite a silly one. It's called Candilla Rusty. So I think I need to do it with a posh voice again, because this, I've done Candilla. Did I do Candilla Custard? I did a poem called Candilla Custard, but I also did a Candilla Rusty. Yeah, there is a poem on my channel called Candilla Rusty. Candilla Rusty had a penchant for crusty. This time it's about crusty, not mustard, because I did do one about mustard. Candilla Rusty had a penchant for crusty. She really liked the texture without measure, and it was such a sight as Candilla decided she preferred spice. That fragrance, it was nice, but it didn't turn to ice, so I gave her some advice, which she couldn't avoid. She said, I'm no fraud. I don't expect you to applaud my mission as I continue my secret work. I will not shirk. For that scent, I really meant I'd try it, even though I thought I didn't like it. So that was about Candilla Rusty, which was made up. It's just a fictitious person. I don't know who that was that sort of came in and then went out and then went away again. Whoever that was, I'm going to read a spooky poem. Where are you, Spud? I thought you were watching this live feed. I thought you said you and your mates were going to watch this, but oh well, you can always watch it later. So, I'm going to read a spooky poem. I wonder if anyone is going to watch if I start reading it. If I read it in a voice like this, it might sound funnier and stranger, maybe. Or maybe you can watch this later and enjoy it then. So it's called Beyond That Darkened Window. So I shall say it like this and raise my eyebrows like this, because I know that there are some people who really like spooky things. Some of you really do. So beyond that darkened window, I thought I saw you there. Was it just my imagination, or were you really there? A shadowy spectre or a real human being? I can't undo what I've seen. I'm not being mean when I sit and recall just what I saw on that dark, cold, frosty morn. You may scorn, but I believe what I saw was real. What do you say I feel right now? I'm getting goose pimples reading this, actually. I'm getting goose pimples. Now, someone's watching. Should I read this again? Maybe I'll read this in a different voice. So it's called Beyond That Darkened Window. Beyond that darkened window, I thought I saw you there. Was it just my imagination, or were you really there? A shadowy spectre, or a real human being? I can't undo what I've seen. I'm not being mean when I sit and recall just what I saw on that dark, cold, frosty morn. You may scorn, but I believe what I saw was real. What do you say I feel right now? Nobody's listening, nobody's watching. Oh well, you can watch it on repeat, can't you? So, what else have we got? We have got some more. Now, where's my dominant piece of paper? Ah, there it is. Aha. So we had the spooky poem, and we've got to the point where we've got this other poem that I wrote. Oh, excuse me. I think I need to have a little swig of water. It's only water in there. There's nothing else hidden in there. It's just water. Just have a little swig. Ah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better now. Where's everybody tonight? Are you all out partying or something? Because there's nobody watching. It's such a shame that nobody's watching. We're now 40 minutes into the live stream. Or maybe you can watch this later, but it takes time. The longer it is, YouTube needs time to actually process it. Now Richard, every day's a bonus, said, "Hi Tasha, please you are continuing with the live stream. Lots of ladybirds in Derbyshire, but not so many butterflies yet this year. Great poem. Loads of magpies around our garden. They frightened the blackbirds away after they had spent a week building a nest. Something you need 25 said, "Hi Tasha, I'm here." That was earlier. And then Richard, every day's a bonus, said, "You sound very confident tonight, Tasha. A pleasure to watch you live, but sorry I must go. It has been a busy day. Catch you soon." Thank you both for commenting on my live stream. Looks like Richard's got the top fan badge because he's got the most comments on this live stream so far. So well done, Richard, and I hope that you're going to be okay, Richard. I appreciate your support and the support of all my subscribers on this channel. Thank you all very much. And if you're not watching now, then you can watch later. And if you have watched this, then please consider subscribing, because you will get to see a lot more. There's going to be more poems. There's going to be more silly videos. So please keep watching and keep subscribing, because it's free to subscribe. So, right, there's another poem here that I wrote. Now, this is about an old oak door in an old oak tree. Beyond the door in the old oak trunk is a mystery. Where it leads could be a door, could be a world, of elves and fairies inside the hollow. I'd really like to follow and shrink right down so I could squeeze through the door and explore inside that unknown space. Imagine creeping down a dark tunnel until I find little houses in miniature. How peculiar that would be to explore and find those little friends scurrying and hurrying along. I'd feel like Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, well, I've read, the one that's on the back is one I've read before. It's about the soap. And in fact, I did actually mention about that on the last live stream, I think. It's about a soap that slipped into the toilet, and I wrote a poem about it. I could read it again if you might like to listen. I could do it in a very silly voice this time and see if you might like it that way, because I think I sang it the last time. So, the soap fell into the toilet and it slipped right out of my hands. The soap fell into the toilet and I guess it had other plans. It didn't like the wash basin or its bathroom environs. It wanted a change to explore new places. Rather a strange way to see faces and other places. What a strange oddity to happen to me. It inspired me to write after quite a long time. That's gotta be good. I'm not misunderstood. Just inspired by everyday things I see around me, which inspire my poetry. Shame because there's nobody watching. Now, I don't know about you, but I have discovered that I've actually got some American ancestors. Yeah, I've actually got an ancestor from a long time ago who was actually a Confederate general. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Well, it's true. I'm not making it up. It really is true. And he's probably related to quite a lot of other people because it's going quite a long way back in time, you see. So, what shall we do for the rest of the live stream? We had lots and lots of things written down and lots of silly poetry and things that I've already read. So what kind of cakes do you like? Do you like chocolate cakes, or do you like some jam tarts? You know, in Alice in Wonderland, things we've just been mentioning, or maybe I should read these poems again that I read at the start, because I don't know if nobody was watching when I read them, and I can maybe sing them, or maybe say them in a silly voice. But, what did the Queen of Hearts say? Oh, no, jammy tarts, don't you take my jammy tarts. Don't you take my jammy tarts! No, don't take them away! No! Don't you steal them! You stole my jammy tarts! Isn't that what she said? That's what she said. Yes, she did. She did say it in Alice in Wonderland. Jammy tarts are actually rather nice, rather delicious and delectable, aren't they? For those of you that didn't watch at the start, I actually wrote a new poem about a chocolatey surprise, which accidentally got placed into the food caddy bin. Can you imagine the inside of the food caddy bin? Can you imagine all the bits inside, all the eggshells and the carrot peelings and all the things that you might not like very much, although you can put carrot peelings and parsnip peelings and potato peelings if they haven't got green or sprouty bits. You can put those in a pan and boil them up and make like a vegetable stock, and then you can use it in a stew or a soup. Warr! Warr, said the pirates. Warr! And you know, the other day, down by the harbour and by the seafront, it was very misty. It was very foggy. It's just a shame that not nobody was watching when I was reading about the beyond that darkened window, because it was very spooky. So you'll have to watch it again, won't you? And then you might enjoy it and see it again. So I think I might read the Chocolate Oaty Surprise again and see if anybody watches. So, because it's a very delectable and delicious item that I'd made, it accidentally got thrown into the food caddy. I was most upset that it got thrown away. I didn't want it to get thrown away. It wasn't me that threw it into the food caddy. It was my husband, and he threw it in by mistake because he thought it was some food that had gone off. It's been put in a container in the fridge, and it got thrown away by mistake. So that's why I wrote this little ditty. The chocolate Otis surprise was there before my eyes when suddenly it disappeared, and as I had feared was thrown into the bin. I really couldn't grin or feel any gladness at all. Oh dear, it was so sad. It was suddenly gone, and so I decided to write this rhyme. It was rather sad, you know, so I wrote this little ditty to show that I hadn't forgotten about the deliciousness that I had dreamt of before. In some far-off shore, did I suddenly hear you snore? And speak my name. Did somebody speak my name? It really wasn't a game. It's a shame that whoever was just watched and then decided to go away again. And then this is a very silly one because it's a very nonsense one. There are other ones that I've written that are silly, very silly indeed. So how about we make this into a song, into a song? The infernal trousers are walking back home. Those infernal trousers are saying that's no joke. I really think you need to see this. If it isn't a surprise, those garments made their mark. It wasn't far apart. Now take a closer look and see if it was all in the mind. I'm not being unkind. Oh, thank you, something you need, 25. He says, I'm doing fantastic, thank you. Because I've had for quite a while now, there's been nobody watching, but thank you for coming back, Sin. As I've literally used all the stuff that I put aside, but guess what? In this special pink folder here, now what's in this folder here? Can you guess what's in this folder here? And no, I haven't been drinking, by the way. I can just be silly like this. I don't need alcohol to have fun, you know, dear. I really don't. Some people like to have a lot of alcohol, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I've got all this paper in here. Look at all this. What have I got? All sorts of bits and bobs in here. Yes, this is an interesting one. I think I read this one out in the last live stream. Actually, I don't think I shall read that one again. In case somebody guesses who it was inspired by. Now, there's one here that I read out before. I could sing it. Thanks, Sin. Thank you. Well, he says, we're friends, gotta support my friends. Thank you. So this one is called In the Night. The still of the night air, I am aware, only goes so far beyond the glare. It didn't abscond to a far-off land. Is that where you'll go? I'd like to know, or maybe show just what goes on. Another song is lifted up beyond the ceiling. Oh dear. Is that unfeeling or unwise? At such a late hour, you'll have your power beyond the tower of thankfulness. I must confess, I know which way you'll go. When lost outside, you'll avoid the tide of life for now. Absurd, somehow it seems to show just what you know. I've heard below a restlessness that still fights on. It won't be gone within my soul. Could there be a God-shaped hole in all of us? Well, there could be. That's depending on your choice, of course. Of course, there is something amiss. I hear you say, don't stay away, because again, someday I will return to live and learn. But so far, for now, I'll give a frown to ponder. So for all you know, it seems to go from strength to strength. At length it stretches out, and out I will not shout about it, for it will show, yes, don't you know, the miracle before you. I implore you to take note of that. Old white hat, it did appear. Now lend your ear before I go, and render dear all that's been lost. That's a very mysterious poem. Actually, Sin, you missed me reading about the Beyond That Darkened Window with a bit of a spooky voice. Would you like me to read it again? I can read it again if you want. I'll have to find it again though, because it's amongst all these other papers over here. So I've got all my papers. It's all in amongst these papers. Let's find it. Okay, let's see. What kind of voice? Shall I read it in this voice, in a pirate voice? Let me see. Beyond that darkened window. Woohoo! Now, here we are. we got it. It's coming again. Beyond That Darkened Window, part 2. Here we are. So it goes like this. Beyond that darkened window, I thought I saw you there. Was it just my imagination, or were you really there? A shadowy spectre, or a real human being? I can't undo what I've seen. I'm not being mean when I sit and recall just what I saw on that dark, cold, frosty morn. You may scorn, but I believe what I saw was real. What do you say I feel right now? So there you are. That's the Darkened Window poem for you. And you've missed a few impressions as well. So I haven't actually done. I've done the GC today because I thought some of you might actually like to hear me do her. Because she's been on the TV quite recently. So that's an interesting one. I don't know whether I have to read that one today. And that is quite an unusual one. That one. What else have we got? There's loads of stuff, and Sin's gone again. So there's nobody watching. And we've had nearly an hour now. I'll tell you which one I could do, talking about food. Because this is quite a good one. I've done this one before. Who said it was bogus cheesecake? Oh. Yes, this is quite a good one. So you might like this one. This was written in August 2023. And I think I've got to do it with a posh voice because it just seems to sound better with a posh voice. Who said it was bogus cheesecake? Like cheesecake? And what sort of cheesecake do you like? I know in America you have a sort of vanilla cheesecake, a sort of New York type cheesecake, don't you? And it's baked, I think. And the kind of cheesecake I grew up having was like a sort of packet mix where you had like the sort of biscuit crumbs that you put in the bottom. You melted some butter or margarine, mixed it with biscuit crumbs, pressed it into the bottom of the tin, and then you sort of mixed up or whisked up this other mix with some milk and then poured it all on, and then you stuck it in the fridge for however many hours it was to set. And then you could put your fruit on top or whatever. Excuse me. Or maybe you could put in on top of some grated chocolate. You have to say chocolate with a posh voice. So let's do the bogus cheesecake poem. Who said it was bogus cheesecake? How did you know? The only kind I want is not snow. It's plant-based and delicious. It's kinda as animal-free. I'd really like that tasty treat. Would be so neat to make and quicker if it's no bake. What kind of monstrosity did you have in mind? I'm not being unkind, just asking, as reading those two words conjures up all kinds of thoughts in my imagination. Yes, creation, if you dare. I'll find a recipe and try it, and you might like it. I don't think we'll read that one. An expanse of green. Oh, yes. The expanse of green. Now, this was inspired by an overgrown garden. A very overgrown garden, which also, of course, the house that we thought was abandoned, that was nearby as well. That's what inspired me to write about the Beyond That Darkened Window, because, well, it was spooky, you see, very, very spooky. So, the expanse of green. The expanse of green, the endless sea of it. Huge branches reach out to meet the carpet more like a blanket. Would you thank it for inspiring this ode in that abode? The wildest expanse stretching out, never ending. How the brambles twist back and forth like a huge worm or a snake. Take time to ponder amidst, as looking closer, the white flowers bloom amongst the gnarled green prickly tendrils. What is hiding underneath? Badgers or foxes? Any mice? The trees could tell a tale or two of the last 150 years at least. Such a feast of green that meets the eye. I stop and sigh to take it all in on this sunny day. Yes, I wrote one about insomnia as well. I don't think I'll read that one today. We'll leave that one. There's also one that I could read with a pirate voice about the calm before the storm. Because with this hot weather, some people might be getting a few storms. So it's called The Calm Before the Storm. The pause right now before the expected explosive weather appears. And then jagged forks in the sky flash super brightly. All around, the grumble and rumble of thunder rises and recedes like a rumbling summary or an irritated moan. The noise disappears again and all is calm, anxiously waiting to see if the next wave of thunder or flash of lightning will pop up unexpectedly like a jack-in-a-box puppet. Then pop-it begins again. The air is tense, close humidity increasing, sweat cascading down my brow. I wonder how long this storm will last before it wanes and relieves us of its flashes and bangs. Now the deluge begins, as though a large bucket is continuously pouring from above. Now calm again, so I pause, waiting, but there is no sound. Is that a bit spooky? Is nobody watching again? Nobody is watching my live stream today. What has happened that no one seems to watch it today? I'm using bits of paper. I've gone on the floor. There's blank sheets of paper underneath this. I don't know if there's any more poems. There's not so many. Down by the sea. There's a very sort of salty, seaweedy smell. No, that has nothing to do with my poetry. That seems to have got mixed up. Some notes about something else. Something else. Yes, I like that poem actually. It's an interesting one, but so everybody, we've had more than an hour and we've had a few people pop in and then everybody else has just gone now. So what are you all doing? It's 10 o'clock at night here in the UK and we've had some people, but we haven't had Spud. So I don't know where Spud is, but anyway, Spud, if you watch this later, please let me know who else is watching, because I've done loads of poetry. I've done a few impressions as well.
Hello there. Who's watching? Somebody's gone away again. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Rodney, where are you? Where are you, Rodney? Oh, come on, Del. Oh, Granddad. Yeah, Del, what you been up to? Del,
Come on, Del. I'll shut and make me some eggs. Eggs and chips, yeah, you know. Yeah. It's a bit Only Fools and Horses. I thought you might like this one. I haven't done Only Fools and Horses on my channel, actually. I might just try and do that as a video. Having said that, from this live stream we can make loads of shorter videos. So if you like this impression, we'll do it as a short. Yeah, that'll be good, wouldn't it? Because I think there's a lot of people who actually like Only Fools and Horses. And some people like the posh voices, the accents as well. Yes, they do. So, oh, Henry, where's your homework, lad? That was supposed to be Scottish, but it didn't sound very Scottish, did it? And of course we had Gladys. And if you watched the last live stream that I did, I was dinging a glass with a pen. Because I was going like this. Except that's only a plastic bottle, so it's not going to do the same thing, is it? Because I went doo doo doo. Hello, campers. Heidi hi. And we're going, howdy ho. Or maybe I'll read this poem and see if anybody else watches. Well, this does not really describe it. This is a poem about August. Just depends where you are, because August might not be such a warm place. I mean, we're in May now, and we're in Scotland, so it's not as hot. People are getting quite hot weather down in the Midlands or further south. Or further south, down in South London, down there. Bet it's a lot warmer down there. Yeah. So, August. Super warm or rainy. Today there's humidity. Now, this was written when I lived in the West Midlands, so it was warmer then. Yes, it's not. No. I'll start again. Super warm or rainy. Today there's humidity. Yes, it's pleasant but not oppressive. I'm not feeling obsessive about describing the climatic adjustment. Some prefer the sizzling, scorching sun basking in its shine. In my own mind, I prefer a marginally cooler day. Not torridness. I must confess it drains me, so I wish to stay in the shade of a cool poolside and chill for a while at least. So, who's chilling by a cool poolside at the moment? I don't know. 10 o'clock at night. I would imagine in America it's even hotter than in the UK. I don't know. Somebody told me that in the West Midlands it's 27 degrees centigrade today. So, whereas in Scotland, the highest temperature today, I think, was about 17. It's quite different. Oh, thank you, who's just sent hearts through. Somebody's sent some hearts today, the Queen of Hearts. Somebody's stolen her jam tarts. Oh, thanks, Sin. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting this live stream. I was going to go off here soon, actually, because there was nobody watching. But I might just have another creative piece to read. We might just change the soup a bit. And somebody else is watching. Who else is watching? If you're not already subscribed to this channel, then please consider subscribing. Oh, they've gone away again now. I don't know. Well, this
this poem, I'm not going to tell you who it was written for, but it might just inspire somebody who's struggling, right? Struggling with mental health, perhaps, because in the past I've had problems with my mental health, but not now. Okay, so this is for anybody. It is just, you've got to get your dinner ready after this poem, Tasha, so you're sorry. No worries, Sin, that's fine. So this is just for who anybody needs to know. You do not know which way to go. Your whole life is thrown completely gone. Is that your song? I'm sure it's true. You're feeling blue. Is that the glue you need? And then some deed has been undone, but not in the sun. You don't like that heat. It hurts your feet, your bones ache. So I need to know what ails you so. What glow you have inside. It's like a pride. You want to show just the way to go. So others know there's hope within. I see your grin. Look beyond your kin and beyond your world. The ease you expose is not unknown. Can it be shown elsewhere, perhaps? I'll take a nap and see back then there wasn't a 10. A perfect shoe, yes, it was new. How nice to see it was a 3. And so you see it was sorted out without a shout. To prepare a speech along the beach. Wasn't you know? The waves you said hello before they retreated and you overheated. Oh, that's not all of it. There's a tiny bit more. Yes, you over-egged yourself. Not on a shelf, but down, until below it was a no-go situation. An explanation, yes, I'm aware. No need to stare at me, for soon you'll see a metamorphosis in this, some bliss. I'm pleased to go so far, until I reach a lovely peach, not beach, and then I'll stay up there some day until I go beyond the glow. So to tar my bow, it seems so rare and strange. It's out of range, of course, It can't stay below, so I'll say good night, and then I won't spite your confidence. So yeah, I wrote that about 2.5 years ago, something like that, a while ago. Yeah, so that was just, it was kind of aimed at people who might be struggling with their mental health. So I hope you like that one. So, Sin, that was the end of the poem that I said I was going to read. So what are you making for your dinner, Sin? Anything nice? What are you cooking up? Are you having some smoky ranch salad? Or some corn grits? Or maybe some whoopie pies? 'Cause I think the homie,
Homie, homie.
yeah.
You know what? I made some whoopie pies.
Oh, is this because we got guests coming over again?
Yes, homie. So don't eat them all.
Sin says he's making spaghetti and meatballs with Caesar salad. Good merge impression. Yeah, it just goes from one to the other. I don't have to. You didn't see me changing hats as well. See, I've also got this rather fabulous scarf that I was wearing. It's pink with butterflies on. Look at that. So I might just put that back on again. And I tell you who I was going to do an impression of. So have I got my glasses here? I need my glasses to do this impression because I need to do a very. Now, some of you might rather like a strict school mom, a strict school teacher. So I will put these glasses on and I will do my impression. Now then, gals. I'd expect you to behave at all times. There's to be no alcohol, no smoking indoors, and no naughtiness. You need to be on your best behavior at all times. Yes, you do. And just for your information, my name is Harvard, not hardcore, as some of you have called me. Now, you might not know who that impression was, but it was inspired by a certain head teacher of a certain very posh school that was on the TV some years ago. I don't know if you know who that was. And I don't know who's watching. Sin is watching still, or is it somebody else? There's two people watching. So thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed already, then please consider subscribing because it's free. And you'll get to see silly impressions like this. You'll get to see poetry. Some of it's silly, some of it not so silly. You'll get to see lots of nice nature videos, bargain videos. Some of them might be food, some of them might be other things. And there's even some tips on my channel actually about cleaning. I've even made my own soap actually. Whoever was watching has gone. There was two people watching and now only one. Thanks, Sin. Thank you for your kind words. You say you've got to go now. See you next time. I always love your content, Tasha. Thank you so much, Sin. I've been on this live stream now since just before 9 o'clock. So it's a while now. So I've done quite a few impressions on this channel, you know. Now, you know, I think I might just now, you know, who else has a voice like this? Oh, pardon me for being rude. It wasn't me. I think it must have been my food. It just popped up to say hello. And now it's gone back down below. But of course, if you were in that posh school, you would not. You would have said, like, gone like that and said, pardon me. Pardon me. And you wouldn't have just let out a little bit of wind like that. You would have tried to. Did anyone used to watch Gillian McKeith on the TV? And she once said she had rules when these people went to stay in her house. And she said that all letting of wind had to be done in the toilet. And she'd written certain rules on this board, I think. And these people went and actually stayed in her house. And they could only eat the healthy food that she made. And she went through their bags and confiscated any snacks. I don't know whether you saw that. I can't remember what the TV program was. It was like a while ago now on the TV. But what would Nan say about that? I think she'd say something about that. So I think I don't know whether she'd see. I might feel a bit cold now, so I'll put this hat on. Yeah. So you're coming up to see me, are you? You're coming up to see me. Did you confiscate those snacks? Did you? I don't think that was very kind, was it? Or maybe it was. That's just dependent on your opinion, of course. So, I hope you liked my live stream. I think we might draw this to a close unless someone else would like to come and join us. Nobody else want to come in and join in because it's like 17 minutes past 10. And I really thought that someone else might come and join me for a bit. Excuse me, I think I'm going to just have a little swig of water to cleanse the palate, dear. So we've had impressions, we've had poetry, we've had shout outs to lots and lots of people that are subscribed to my channel, loads of you. I wonder whether Dre Zero will watch this or not, but anyway, I hope you do, because your poetry is very good. And, well, I don't know what you think of my poetry, but I did have one of my poems featured on a podcast on Spotify. I don't know whether anyone knows about that, really. Well, maybe one or two people might know. Anyway, so we better say bye-bye. Ta-ta for now. And I will see you later, I'm sure. There will be more videos coming live on my channel. There's normally a video at 4 o'clock. Oh, somebody else is watching. Hello. There'll be videos coming live on my channel about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, and there's usually one that comes on live on about midnight UK time as well. So there's plenty of content. So thank you very much for watching. And if you're not already subscribed, then please consider subscribing, because it will help this channel. It helps this channel to grow, and it helps you to not miss out on all the fun. So thank you very much for watching. Ta-ta for now.